You are welcome back to Life Connect, dear viewers. We are here at KTV. Always, thank you for waiting for us. Thank you for viewing. We are very much excited to know that you are out there viewing and waiting for us every time. We are at Shine Resort Hotel here in Chigo. Of Entebbe Road. Always come and have the best services. If you have conferences, workshops, they have the best conference halls around town. They have the best cuisines. They have very delicious meals, very wonderful rooms for you guys who have honeymoons. Come and enjoy. Ladies or women of God. Wow, I'm excited. This time round, I said I'm very
sandwiched.
Safe, I'm sandwiched by the anointing.
Amen.
Yes, and I'm glad and excited of the person I'm becoming after here.
Yes.
After serving with the great women of
God.
That's right. We are still continuing with our topic of managing long distance marriages and relationships. Yes, a lot has been said, but now we want to open up the challenges. What are the challenges? I know there are quite a number of challenges. I am a victim of a long distance marriage. Yeah, my husband stayed away for quite a long
You were a survivor?
period. I'm actually a survivor.
You have survived.
Wow.
You were a survivor.
I'm a survivor of a long distance,
Yes.
of a long distance marriage. Yeah, my husband walked away from here and for some good time, and we had just married. So when it comes to challenges, I may be having a few to share with you. Yeah, so we are into the challenges of long distance marriage. It is Mama Florence was saying that the distance itself is a challenge.
Yeah. The distance, I mean, because you are not together, you are apart. So you're used to living with your friend, that's if you're married, or even when you're in a relationship and you're courting, you're used to going out in town.
You miss the companionship.
Yes, you miss that, and you feel very lonely. And then you're in a space where it's a different country, maybe different
time
weather.
Zones,
It's so cold or whatever, and you are so lonely. You don't have that many people to talk to, you know, and that's why I think we are grateful for technology.
Yes.
You need to be intentional. When you're feeling lonely, you know, the distance, Mommy said earlier, let distance not put aside. You need to mitigate. When you're feeling lonely, don't say, oh, I feel so bad. Get on the phone. Yes, get on the phone. Call your partner. Tell them how you feel. Tell them, you know what, I miss you. I wish you could take me out. I wish you'd be walking. Say those nice things to each other. Don't make distance be the reason why you're not saying them. You know, call them, talk to them, tell them this is how I feel. Then when you talk, you encourage each other. And you say, yeah, we shall meet. There's a time I was missing my children as well so much. And because I was seeing them, my son would say, Mommy, I know you'll come soon. I'll see you. Did you go to school? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm also fine. I miss you. Oh, I miss you too. I wish you were here. So those words, you talk to each other. One time Pastor can come back and say, oh, I got in the house and I'm like, oh God, she's not here. Your absence is felt everywhere.
You know how men don't want to be home when we are not there. They will always wait for you. Oh, are you home? Are you home? Are you home? Get home, I'm coming. No, are you home?
Yes.
So I can understand.
Yes. Loneliness.
Loneliness. Is a reality.
You feel disconnected.
Yes.
You feel that loneliness and you feel like, I don't know, maybe other people, maybe me, I'm different. When I got married, I got the bond with my husband that even when we travel, for us, we're not in a long distance marriage, we're always together. But in our courtship, we have never spent time together. In our courtship, we're always distance. Me, I was in South Africa, he was in Uganda.
Wow.
So most of the time, our courting was on phone. We'll talk midnight because he's such a busy person. Midnight, he will talk. And remember, our relationship was not so public.
Wow.
He has to be very careful when we talk. It was such a complicated.
Bishop, Mom is feeding us here.
It was such a complicated
She's bringing
one, you
us
know.
up to speed.
You know, it was such a
Yes.
complicated one. You can't go for a date, you can't go for ice cream like others, and you see your friends. So when we got married, my husband was like, you and me, you can never be in another country now. Here. Now that we are married, we have to be together.
Yes.
But I've seen it the few times I travel and I leave him alone. Really, when we talk, it's like, I'm just here, but the whole house is too big. I'm just here alone. And I can imagine the loneliness. For me, maybe I'm going to be with my family. We are just excited and all that. You feel that because for me, when I get excited, it's the first person I want to call. When I get a challenge, the first person I want to call is a very close friend. It's the person that I feel like he understands me better than anybody else. So I just don't know other people in there. I feel like there's that time where they feel like, I wish this person was here with me. You know, like our dresses, you were giving us a story.
I was giving a story. Like I was in a certain country alone, and I mean, I wanted to tie the zip. Ladies know this better. And because I'm used to, my husband helps me a lot. You know, honey, can you please tie? I can't see it. So I'm like, oh my God. I even called him. I said, you know, I'm stressing. I can't tie this thing. I'm not going anymore, you know. I'm not going for a party dress like this. I need to change, you know. But that makes you feel like, oh God, I am so alone. I wish this person. And Mommy shared something very important. You need to be friends.
Friends.
Let your spouse be your best friend. When you build that bond, when you build it, even if you go far, the foundation of your marriage matters. Because, I mean, for me, what kept me even, because the longest was 2 years. Other times I've been going, coming, and recently we also traveled together. I was like, you know, when you have built the foundation, you have bonded, that will help you a lot. The memories. So when you communicate and you remember and you're feeling lonely, try to call your partner. I really need to emphasize that. Don't listen to, because there are temptations, and I think we are going to talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, the temptations. So please call your partner, tell them how you feel. You know, it will help to bring you together, even if you're distant. Let me say, let distance not put you apart.
Exactly.
So you need to do an extra effort because you're not together. As you do here, you need to talk regularly. You need to speak about how you're feeling, and you need to have a plan.
And because I feel,
you need to have a plan to come out of it.
Those people saying, you know, I was tempted. You know, I was tempted. No, there's nothing like that. I think people just like to be responsible, because for sure you should have self-control. Because even here where your spouse is, there are many temptations. It doesn't mean when you are married, people don't see you. A person walks to you and sees you're a married woman. Even when you are pregnant. Sorry to say, even if you are pregnant, even to say you belong to someone, someone comes to you and talks to you so smart.
Someone comes to try his
and then it is,
you might be pregnant and left alone. Come on, guys.
It is on you to say, you know what,
looking for any gap.
I belong to somebody. I'm committed to someone. So even if you are very far from each other, I know there are countries where the weather alone, like you are saying, it's snow, it's cold, it's freezing outside, but they know even in those countries that there are people who are lonely. They have heaters and warmers everywhere. So you just have to be responsible, knowing that, you know what, my partner is not here and I'm a responsible person. I don't know. For me, I'm so loyal. I think that's one of my, should I call it a weakness or a strength? I'm too loyal. When I say I love you, and when I say I'm committed myself to you, this is me. I am very loyal. That's why even when it comes to church, I'm not a person who move around. I'm very, very committed. Even at my workplace, when I was working with my bosses, I'm not this person that I'm working here, I'm throwing service everywhere. When I choose to work with you, I really want to work with you, and I want to see things moving. I don't say moving and looking for a better job is wrong, but I'm trying to say that the way I am loyal, even it extends even in my marriage, even at the workplace, I'm too loyal that I feel like I don't need to betray this person. So I feel like I need to do all what it takes for this relationship to work. Unless it has failed.
And this is how we Christians should be. That's who I am. And this is how we Christians should be.
We shouldn't practice eye service marriages. Just as
we shouldn't break people's hearts.
Exactly. Eye service is what you're talking about. That I do good.
I'm only married to you. I'm only married to you when you're seeing me. When I'm before you. When I'm in some distance, that means something.
And when there is a long distance, sometimes there's this. lack of trust.
Detachment,
Yes,
yeah.
lack of trust. Now, that's why we said you have to build it yourself. Because, I mean, you are very far and this person is this side and does not know, you know, when you are maybe you're in Africa, the other one is in Africa, the other one is in Europe, first world countries. Of course, definitely, time zones are different,
Yes.
the busy schedules are different and stuff like that. The other side, people real work. It's all about working,
Yes, every
you know,
time.
shift out and the shift, and someone maybe has never been there.
Yes.
It is you who have traveled who is
Yes.
supposed to communicate
And
how
show
your
them.
schedule is, how the life is, the other side, how busy you are and how what you are doing. But when you just think that the other partner is supposed to know, moreover, he knows I came here to work, I take care of him. And there are other things that you have to do. Stop listening from people. Her experience might not be my experience.
Yes.
If you fail to be faithful to your marriage, don't think everybody is like
Everyone
that.
is
So
unfaithful.
stop listening to people who tell you people have gone abroad, people have married. You know,
It's not
I was
true.
in America last year and we were driving somewhere. So we're talking to a certain pastor, actually, is a pastor. He said, Pastor Cindy, the things you find here. I said, what is it? He said, people have
Yes, I
wives of
know.
just here.
I know.
They tell the wives of winter, say, I
I
can't go
know.
through winter.
I
And he's
know.
a married man back home.
Yeah.
He has a family, he has a wife. But here in America, he's staying with a woman. And he's a pastor. It's like, really, those things do happen? People do those things and give small excuses. I hear people do wife paper. And they end up even marrying those white papers, staying with them,
Yes,
simply because they want papers and stuff like
I
that.
know.
Yeah. And they end up even going in bed with such people. And say it's
Yes.
wife paper,
I
paper.
know.
People have a lot of excuses for their marriages not to work. But you need to be responsible and be accountable that you have to
And
stay faithful
faithful.
to your spouse. It's your responsibility. Before I demand being faithful from you, me, myself, I must be the faithful one before I demand it from you.
Yes.
So I realized there's that people where they listen to other people and people have to give them excuses. You know, your spouse will never get a visa to come here. If she has failed to get a visa to come,
Yes.
make it a point that you travel back home.
Yes.
Meet somewhere. If maybe there are those who have applied for asylum seekers, because they might be watching.
Yes.
Now I can't go to my country because I applied for asylum. But again, I need to meet with my spouse because the
Go
needs
to a
will continue
different
to be
country
there.
Yeah.
Go
and
to a
meet.
different country. You
And
can meet
Pastor,
in
that is
Dubai.
why I was saying that it's very important for people to be intentional on faithfulness.
Yes.
There is no excuse. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it also refers to our Christian walk. We all get tempted.
Why did you get
Why
born
do you
again?
choose complacency? Why
Yes.
do you compromise? You
Yeah.
can still say no. This is your marriage. What
That's
legacy do you want to leave for your children? It is very important to choose to be faithful.
Yes.
Like Pastor was saying, we all get tempted, and there are many abroad. I know there are very many, and people in the church even will not be like, those things God, you know, you have to pass, or you know, you understand. You have it is for survival. But at the end of the day, God knows. The God who lifted the Josephs, the God who did everything, He knows.
Exactly.
And that's why I said couples need to have a plan.
Yes.
Because for me, all the while I was there and we were talking with my husband, what are we going to do
What
now?
are we going
to
We
do
need, are you
next?
coming? Are we coming? You are coming? You need to have a plan.
A
Because
plan
at
as
the
a
end of the
family,
day,
yeah.
the God who takes you to Europe, He can take you
Bless,
anywhere.
yeah.
And is the God of all good things.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
when you compromise, the enemy deceives you that this is the only way. It
Exactly.
is not the only way.
It's not
It
the
will be
only
the
way,
only
yeah.
one, but it will have a bigger consequence.
That's right.
But if you choose God, you'll have peace of mind. Your marriage will thrive, and you will be happy because you have a plan. So I'm saying this because there are people who will be in long distance forever. No, you need to have a plan. You will not be there every time. You're keeping your friend like for years. They are waiting for you, never coming back. I'm coming this year. I'm coming this year. I'm coming this year. We are going. There's no plan.
10 years
You
away
need
from home.
Yes, you need to have a plan that in this time we should stop this. In this time we should move to this country. In this time we should be together because you don't want to keep giving the enemy room.
Exactly.
Yes, you find yourself there, but you
yeah.
should have an expiry date. It's not
Yes.
forever that you know, me, I go, I leave them. No, you should have a
That's
plan.
why we said
It's
also
very
you should have a
important.
plan and also plan to
Yeah.
visit one another.
Yes.
Because definitely as much as someone would stay faithful and people have to stay faithful and wait and be patient. Also patience comes in to be patient. But also plan, like she said,
Yes.
have a plan. If I
Yes.
can't come that side to join you,
Yes.
maybe the papers, we understand. Plan to meet somewhere.
Yes.
And also send gifts to your spouse.
Yeah.
Send gifts. Let that spouse know that you think about them. On their birthday, what have you done?
Yes, yes.
Think about it. You can even sing a song. Just be romantic. Let this
Yes.
person know that, somebody thinks about me and values me. Like this, not being there and say, maybe does not think about me anymore. Maybe has already moved on. And giving the devil a room. Because temptations are going to be there. People are going to talk. Others are going to advise. They are going to show
They'll
so
even
many
say
things.
you have an issue.
true.
What is
And
wrong
there's
with
also
you?
this other temptation of saying,
Yeah.
the money is too much, you're spending a lot of money. Why don't I move in with you? People move in with people who they are not married.
Yes.
This life of abroad,
Yes.
people move in. We are saving rent.
After all,
You
their
are saving rent with
families
who?
are
Yes.
Is he your
anyway.
husband?
Yes.
And this one tells
Are
you,
you going
even
to
me, I
just
left
stay
my
with a
wife
man
back
or a
home.
woman in the same
Yeah.
house just like
Yeah,
that?
I also left my wife back home. You also left your husband back home.
So let us mingle.
Not just mingle in the way of saving money, saving money, and stuff like that.
Yes.
The whole life is not all about money.
Yes.
Valuing one another and prioritizing one another.
And Pastor, one thing for me which has also helped me a lot if I talk about boundaries.
Boundaries.
When
yes.
you're intentional, have boundaries. When you move, like I know I'm a married woman.
Yes.
So as I relate with other people of the opposite sex, or even the same, I know I can't go this far with them.
That's true.
If they are going to hang out and they're going to do this, I don't go. There are places I don't go to.
Yes.
Why? I know I carry myself as I'm a married woman. Because
yes.
you might just go up and people start hitting on you. Hey, how are you? I mean, you're just there.
And even
You're
they can even plan evil
Yes.
for you without
You're
you know. They want you to
demonstrating
fail.
that
yeah?
you are available. So boundaries are very important. Even if, wherever you are, both of you, the person who is here, the one who is abroad, the one who is, you need to have boundaries. Act in such a way that I may not be with my partner, but I'm committed
That is
to
so
them.
remarkable because what you have talked about, people don't even pay attention to the boundaries.
Yes.
They think, yes, I'm not with my spouse, but let me communicate. And for sure, you have communicated.
Yes.
You are innocent. You are going for a party, but people are being dragged on parties and are being raped on parties.
Remember, you are married. You are committed. Or you're in a
Yes.
relationship. You're committed to somebody. This
yes.
commitment is for everywhere. It's
And don't
wherever
think,
you
Pastor,
go.
another thing, don't
Yes.
think everybody think the way you think.
Yes.
And these pieces will say, we are all born again. It is you who is born
They'll
again.
try you. They'll try
you.
it.
And remember, other people have already failed. They want you to
Yes.
come on board.
Yes, because
so they'll
it's
do
like
all
they
what
know.
it takes. They start by talking to you, corrupting your mind. And if you
Yes.
resist, they look for another strategy. So
Yes.
boundaries are very important. I don't go out at this time. I have to be indoors. Who do I hang around with?
Yes.
Where do I eat? In some places, you're not even supposed to eat.
Yes, and you have to
Even
take
then.
actions because I put that time, okay, the time there I would have gone out is the time I'm speaking to my family.
Yes.
This is our time when we speak.
Exactly.
So you
that
have
is
to be
also
very, very
coming up with
intentional.
principles.
Yes, you
Yes,
should
be
be
a
The fact that
principle.
you're away from home does not take away from does not take you away from your principles.
That's definitely,
Yes.
yes.
So you should still follow up on your principles. If I'm not supposed to be out at this time, even when I'm home. I can't do it even when I'm away. So,
Yes.
dear viewers, we are still on program Life Connect. It is very interesting. I'm with Mommy Cindy and Mama Florence. You can still manage your marriage in long distances. Putting it in caution, it shouldn't be forever. Yes, we are still handling challenges. It is a very challenging kind of thing, but still it can be handled. These ladies are here to share with you. How are you going to go about it? Challenges are so many. People lose focus.
Exactly.
Yes, you've been talking
Yes,
about
they
the
look
planning
focused.
and the rest. It helps you to keep you in focus.
Yes. So
Thank
you're
you
going
for
the same
talking
way.
about that people lose focus. I have
Yes.
traveled, especially in the first world countries. Somebody
Yes.
was so doing well here, having a
Yes.
family and all that. People go that side, and life is like, wow, it's
culture.
all this, the cultural shock. There is so much. So you need to
Yes.
have discipline and you need to be
Yes.
focused. I've come here to work. I have a family back home. This is what I need. Those guys, they do parties anytime. Those guys, they
Yes.
flash money anytime. If you are not focused, you can easily be taken.
They'll get everything easily.
Everything
All
can
the
easily
designer
be taken.
brands. Everything
And
is so
people,
nice.
by the pastor, people have cut their destinies very short because of failing to be focused.
Yes.
Because you have gone there. I mean, food is cheap that side. A burger is like how much? $3. You can even find 3 for 2.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
cars is just easy. It's a necessity.
Yes, even
It's not
on credit.
luxury. You can buy a car at credit.
Yes.
And you can buy a very fancy car. But if you go there not focused, you can lose it. I'm telling you. Clothes, everything is there. Food, water, party.
You forget that you're a believer.
You forget exactly you are a believer. You can be easily taken. So it's very important when you have gone there, be focused. Another important thing that we have not talked about, have a time for prayer. Pray together online. Pray together. When you pray together, there's a saying that says, a family that prays together stays together. Pray all the time. Have that. You can even put it as an alarm. This is the day for us to pray together. At this time, we have to pray. Call your husband, your wife. We are praying. Let him pray for you. Pray for him as well. And build that trust and confidence in your partner that I'm very much far away from you. But let me tell you, I am with you and I'm responsible and I'm keeping myself. You know, you just have to be intentional about everything you're doing about your marriage. First thing is, my marriage has to work. I'm accountable to this person and I'm committed. It doesn't matter what I'll face, but I'm committed and this is what I want. And let me tell you, people will just say, I got this, it was a mistake and stuff like that. Truth be told, there's a way, and along the line, there's a way you are fallen out. Live around this temptation. You can still control it. You can still say no to certain things. Why are you a person who does not have a no in your mouth? Why are you a yes? Let's go to the bar, let's go to the club, let's go for the party.
And there are consequences.
Everywhere,
People need to know there are consequences for our actions.
That's right.
And God rewards faithfulness. God rewards faithfulness. Our God is not a blind promoter. We are always saying this. God will reward your faithfulness, and mind you, there are consequences. When you go for a party, you're not supposed to go and you're drugged. We don't know what can happen. You could get infected. You know, with an incurable disease. You know, your marriage could also fall apart.
You get pregnant.
Because with social media, people will just tell somebody, do you know this? They are hanging out with this person all the time, and this person will lose trust, and then will be like, I don't trust you anymore. Sorry. I mean, what could you will not even defend yourself when there are photos taken. So there are consequences for when you're not faithful, when you don't have boundaries, when you're not behaving like someone. When you make yourself be intentional. Be intentional, because God rewards faithfulness. God reward you for it. He will keep your family.
And don't take each other for granted that because this person loves me so much. There are those people who have that kind of mindset in relationship, knowing that the husband loves me so much or my wife loves me so much. I'll always go back and apologize. I'll always say sorry. You know, there's a lady one time who shared a story with us, and I was so touched. This lady was married to a man who was so unfaithful. The man was an adulterous man. The man could cheat. But every time this man would cheat, he would buy a new car. So people would admire this lady at church and say, oh my God, this lady is blessed. She changes cars. And one time they said, ladies, let me tell you the truth. Stop admiring people. Whatever you're admiring, if I give it to you, you'll not like it. Then people are like, what? You woman, a rich woman, you know, today is Jeep, today is, you know. She said, the cars you are seeing. It's always after my husband, I've caught him red-handed cheating. He has cheated me with my maid, he has cheated with my sister, he has cheated with this, my friends. But every time he cheats, he buys me a car. So it's not because I'm getting these cars, because I'm in a happy marriage. These cars are behind the car you are seeing. There are tears behind that car. I've cried for my marriage. How I wish I have one car, but with a faithful man. But what does it make sense? What sense does it make? Having all these cars and beautiful cars with a man who's not faithful. Do you even know what I'm going through? I don't have peace in my marriage. So don't stop admiring things. Not everything glitters is gold.
People need to know faithfulness pays off. It is a good thing. Don't go with the world. Don't be compromising.
The Bible says, what will it cost you for you to eat?
To get your world and lose your soul. And you know, Pastor, there's certain peer pressure. People go out there and there's peer pressure of friends. You know, I have this catch, I have this girl, hot girls, stuff like that, peer pressure. And this man said, you can't have one wife. Are you dumb or stuff like that? Let me tell you, being faithful is the strongest thing that you can ever give to your spouse.
And that person says that give them a few years, you'll watch their lives, how they are turning out.
Definitely.
We need to know that when God tells us to hate sin and seek after Him, He loves us. And He knows that if we keep going like that, we will reap in a bad way. So you need to value faithfulness. I am an advocate of faithfulness. Please be faithful to each other.
And be committed to your spouse. Be committed to your spouse, and know that whatever you are doing, it is you to reap back. You will reap a good family.
What is use kweguya in English. Kweguya. Pastor said, don't take each other for granted.
Don't take granted.
Kweguya each other, please. See that person as they are very important in your life.
Pastors who are close, especially these people who are abroad and they are the one who are working and they are the breadwinners. They are supporting back home. They take others for granted. Moreover, I'm the one sending the money.
This person is doing
I'm buying food. I'm paying the rent. I'm building. So it's like you feel like she has to pay in a certain way. Even if I do this to her, she has to. That is totally wrong.
Yes, Pastor. I agree
and you seated at home, don't just sit at home and do nothing. That's why I always advocate for women. The financial independence. You need also to work money, to have your own money. But again, even if you're the husband or you are the wife who's abroad and you are the one sending money, this person is not just seated. He's there maybe taking care of your project. He's taking care of your children. He's also
and on top
working.
of what else he has to do. That is why I brought in the aspect of kweguya each other, please. Your spouse should be your most important, your best friend. You know, you need to love them. And you need to know that when God blesses you, He's blessing both of you.
The family,
is two getting together to build a home. So don't feel entitled, don't feel like, after all, I know better. No, we need to support each other and ensure that the marriage remains.
Thank you so much. As we come to the end of this show, I would love to get at least a statement from each one of us. That one thing that you want our viewers to remember about distant marriages. Thank you so much, Mama Florence. I'll start with you. That one word, that one statement that you may choose to forget everything about this show, but remember this.
Remember to be faithful to your spouse. Faithful pays off. God rewards faithfulness. Let distance not put you asunder. Please be faithful, because whatever you're doing it as unto the Lord. God will reward you for your faithfulness and commitment.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama Florence. Mommy Cindy, that one word, that one statement.
Yes, I want to say to you, thank you so much for watching. Say, like Pastor Florence has said, being faithful to one another. But I also want to say marriage is for each other. We are not against each other. In marriage, we don't compete. We complement one another. Stand for each other. You might be abroad working, but just know that it's for our family. It's for us. So stay connected as a family. Stay connected, and my success is our success. So let us be faithful to one another and be connected to one another. Above all, pray for each other every day. Make it a daily routine that you have to find time. Despite how busy you are, pray for each other. Pray together. It is very important. The Lord bless you as we navigate life together. I pray that your marriage will be successful and you also share with others. Love you one by one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mama Florence and Mommy Cindy. To you, our dear viewers, we are so happy to have time and share our experiences and what we know with you. We have our Twitter handle running down, our Facebook handle, and our WhatsApp. Kindly share with us your experiences. Yes, marriages must survive under all odds.
Yes,
we are not going
under all odds.
We're not going to give away our marriages to long distances, our marriages to infidelity. Kindly be faithful. I like this other artist who said that Msana nechiro ndi mulokole. Titus, big up man. Yes, Msana nechiro ndi mufumba. Msana nechiro women of God and men of God. Let us be
whether you're in Europe, whether in Uganda, you are married in Uganda, be married in Europe, be married everywhere.
You're accountable to yourself and to God before you are accountable to your husband. We've been talking about mainly faithfulness. Remain faithful to your spouse, whether home or away from home. We are accountable to God. It is not about him alone. It's not an eye service marriage. Yes, so I just urge you, remain faithful, keep your marriages, and don't forget we are here in Shine Resort at Chigo off Entebbe Road, where you can get all your recreational services at the top. Thank you so much.